A lot of the answers to our problems are right here. They're not in somebody giving us more money. They're not in us earning more money. They're not in the business doing crazy things. They're here. Yeah, you want to go on a holiday, find out where's the money. Yeah, so a lot of your problems, you want to invest, where's the money? It's sitting right here. And when we get into problems, because the thing with life is never going to be smooth all the way. Another mindset we have to change, that life is good only when it is going according to plan. Life is good, yeah, but life is going to be rocky. Even as it's going up, it's going to go up in a rocky way. So when you hit those rocky moments, you can say, okay, this is what is happening, not forever, but for now. Like for some of us were already saying, during COVID, our source of income was disrupted. You can say, let's say you had 100,000, yeah? If I do my A plus B, my C lifestyle, I'll only survive 1 month with 100,000. But if I know my A is A and B is 50,000, I will survive 2 months. If my A is 30,000, I will survive over 3 months. So it's just becoming very realistic and practical with money. If I put this in another way, it's about telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. Yeah. And because our seasons of life change, in some seasons, you need to adjust your A, B, C. But for you to have a sense of control, this is not about restricting you. It's about giving you a sense of control. It's about making you the master. It's about you deciding where you want to go. And this is one of the most important steps to what we call financial freedom. When you now know, this is where my money goes, this is where I'm going to spend my money, this is why I'm doing this. And even for children, get them involved in this kind of thinking from the time they're even 7 years old. So they start understanding needs, wants, and how we make. Because even if you're not talking to your children about money, they are observing you. Yeah. And I hope all this is making sense. You can just let me know in the chat if it's making sense. So where do we go wrong? What is this place we get stuck into? Yeah. We work hard. Yeah. We earn more money. You're earning probably more money than you're earning 7 years ago or 5 years ago or 3 years ago, some of you even 1 year ago. But are you wealthier? If not, it's we work hard, we earn more money. And then what do? We buy more things and keep going. In the book, Making Sense, I've talked about this fantastic gentleman called Douglas. And Douglas was earning more money, and you'll see his story over how he grew up and white got him to where he was. And it was one of those cultural beliefs that our community, we don't make money. Yeah. But he was working hard, earning more money, and he was going out and entertaining all these people that he thought were his friends. Okay. That is where his money was going. And the more he earned, the more he entertained people, until he realized they are not his friends. He needed to change his life. Yeah. But when we have that cycle, Liv Douglas says, what is our own cycle? Work harder, earn more money, because there are always going to be more things to buy. So we keep going, thinking the answer is work hard, earn more money, keep going, buy things, work hard. As I tell you, I have met people who are rich, but they are still in the rat race, because money has a way of tricking you. It is never enough. If you make 100 million, what will you want? 200 million. What will you want? 300 million. Unless you have actually defined why. What is the money for? And that's why I keep going back to, what actually do you want? Paint the picture of your life, and then let money come in to serve that picture. Because when it's just about money, it's never going to be enough, and you're going to be in this rat race. You can double your income today, but you're going to be in this rat race because the world has more than enough things for you to spend money. People have lost billions of dollars because of this. So we've got to ask ourselves, do I want to be a worker or do I want to be an owner? And this has nothing to do with whether do you work or not. It's a wealth creation mindset, yeah? Do you want to own or do you want to work? Do you want to own or do you want to consume? Yeah. What's the difference between a factory owner, before I put the slide up, a factory owner and a factory worker? And this is not because of working in a factory. So if anybody works in a factory, this is not literally that. I'm just using it as an example. What's the difference between a factory owner and a factory worker? So one has a factory what happens to the owner when he has to go, he gets sick for 3 months or has to go away for 3 months from the factory? We've all got to ask ourselves, what is our factory? Yeah. And in that factory, your own factory. Yeah. So it could be your business, it could be your savings, it could be your investments. Just look at your factory. Yeah. And now tell me, if you walked away, does the factory do the same thing for you? Yeah. Or do you have a factory? Yeah. What is their version of your factory? So in your own life, are you also building a factory? Or are you caught up in this cycle where buy more things? When you're buying more things, whose factory are you building? Yours or other people's? You're building other people's. Yeah. So it's okay. Even the clothes on my back, I'm wearing clothes today morning because I'm building somebody else's factory. So just because we get up every day, we are always building somebody else's factory. But we've got to ask, am I only going to build other people's factory? Or am I going to put just as much attention, if not more, to building my factory? So the factory owner, this is the factory worker. Yeah, this is the cycle. You can, every time you earn more, you spend more. If you have 100,000 today, you spend 100,000. If it moves to 300,000, you spend 300,000. This is, you spend and save just a little. Yeah. You work. After work, what do you go? Consume, buy more things. Yeah. You're working for a lifestyle, which means you have to work to eat. Your primary driver is your lifestyle. Yeah. It's how I live, where I entertain myself, where my kids go to school. That is your lifestyle. Your lifestyle can be very big because today you are earning an income. Yeah. And some of you are here in their primary, there's an age where your income can go significantly higher. That age is historically said between in your 40s and mid 50s, you can be earning a lot of income. But it can be, so your lifestyle can be extremely extravagant. Yeah. But without that income, it will reduce. You can be careless about time because any time you have, you're not thinking like a factory owner about how can I plan, how can I strategize, how can I network? And your spending is driven a lot by other people's opinions. I'm going to buy a car because of what other people think. I want to buy a car because it will get me what we call respect, but it's actually attention. Yeah, I want to spend this amount of money because of what other people think. And this session is too short for me to go into that. I speak a lot about that in the book. And I also teach a lot about that in the Centonomy classes, about this drug called other people's opinion. But for now, I can just ask you, without the other people, would you do some of the things that you want to do or are doing? Without other people, will you buy the next biggest car? Yeah, without other people. So your spending is always driven by what do other people think. So you may look so good, but you are in fact in a prison. Yeah. But the factory owner, yeah, the mindset, instead of consuming more as I earn more, the mindset is invest more as you earn more. The mindset is I want to multiply. So when I have 10,000 in my pocket, I figure out how can I make it 5,000? How can I make it 50,000? How can I make it 100,000? You don't discount the small amounts of money. Like I told you, lunch is holiday, but lunch is also investment. Lunch is also school fees. Lunch is so many things. Your instinct is to increase because you're working to create assets that will fund lifestyle. So if my monthly lifestyle costs $1 million, I'm working to have assets that will fund that life. So even though I stopped working, for whatever reason, and sometimes it could be health, yeah, my factory is producing $1 million. So what is your factory producing today, and what do you have to start doing to that factory? Your lifestyle can start off extremely modest, yeah, because you understand the bigger picture, and then can increase over time as your resources grow. You understand the value of time, and this is the key differentiator. Spending is driven by personal values and choices. Let me tell you, as long as you are making a spending choice driven by personal values and choices, yeah, nobody can tell you what you're doing is wrong. But when your spending is driven by personal values, you will tend to do it at the right time. You will not destroy your life in order to buy the latest car. Even though you want a latest car, you'll say, okay, I'll do it when I've reached here, here, and there. You're not going to take loans to buy a car. Yeah. So it's just coming to that point. Once spending is driven by those personal values, your money life tends to really, really fall in place. So just to wrap up this before I tell you more about the book, I want you to remember a couple of things. Yeah. Money is a tool for the life that you want. It's a tool, but in itself, it is not the life. Let me repeat that. And I quote it in the book as well. Money is a tool for the life that you want. In itself, it is not the life. Yeah. And once you differentiate that, you're then able to make choices and decisions that align to that. Faith, who's in my book as well, made a choice to move out of a very high-end neighborhood with her husband so that they used that money from their home. People thought they were crazy, but they went and built other investments, and now they can live anywhere that they want. So when you understand that money is a tool, you don't get fixated on where you are. You don't get fixated on thinking that your choices are in a box. And even on an income perspective, you can now start thinking, you may get to this point and say, the life that I want will cost double what I am earning. You start thinking outside the box about what are your sources of income? Can I increase my sources of income along the way? So as I talked about the book is in Uganda, and the book is the same way I have talked to you today is the same way Making Sense is written. It is my personal journey with money, but in it you will find stories about Africans like us, Douglas, Faith, Dishon, and other people in shorter ways who have gone through various situations. Douglas will tell you how he made the equivalent of 10 million Kenya shillings in a short period of time just by using his non-financial assets. Dishon will tell you about his starting a business and how he had to change. Faith will tell you in the context of money in relationships, how they had to change in that journey. So I did this book because I love conversations. I love what I'm doing today is what I love to do. I thrive on conversations. I built Centonomy because of conversations, and I wrote this book because of conversations. So the book is called Real Conversations About Personal Finance because it's about stories and then using that stories to teach. So in those stories, you'll see yourself. We have a lot of exercises and templates that in the book you can actually use. So the book is available in Uganda, Aristoc Bookshop. So you can get it from there. You can also get it directly from Centonomy, especially if you want to do group orders. Please do call us or WhatsApp us on that number. And it's also available on Amazon.